Hey guys, John Hurley here. I'd like to take a few minutes to tell you about my best friend and my mentor. I'm lucky enough as a young man to say that my best friend and my mentor is my father, John Hurley. I'm John Hurley too. I'm the third. I'm named after him and my grandfather. But my father is my best friend for several different reasons. George Herbert, a Puritan, wrote in outlandish proverbs, "One father is more than 100 schoolmasters," and that is so true. I've learned more from my father than I'm ever going to learn from any other man that I meet in my life. He's my mentor, and he's also my best friend. We have so much in common. I have his personality. We both love football. We're men, of course. But we're season ticket owners of the Carolina Panthers, and we love the Panthers. And each year we take a trip to an away game. And this is from the new Dallas Cowboys Stadium that we went to 2 years ago. And these trips are honestly not because of football, but just spending time with my father are some of the best times that I've ever had in my life. But that's not the main reason why my father is my best friend and mentor. The first reason my father is my mentor is because how he's shown me how to be a hard worker. My father came from absolutely nothing, small town where everybody that lived in that town was pretty much his relative, and he had alcoholic for his father, and was just poor. And when he got out of high school, he enlisted into the Air Force. This is a picture of my dad in service, and he actually was in the Air Force during Vietnam. And after he got out of the Air Force, he started a car dealership, and then got out of that when I was born, and started a security business. And he owns that and two other businesses now where they do security systems, in-home movie theaters, smart houses, anything technology that you can put in a house, he does it. But the Bible tells us that a man that does not provide for his family is worse than an infidel. And I can honestly say that my father is the hardest working man I've ever met in my life. My dad is 68 years old right now, and he's still not retired, and he still works sometimes 10, 12-hour days. He's the most hard-working man I've ever met in my life, and that has taught me how to live my life as a hard worker, someone striving for excellence. The second reason my father is my mentor is because he's shown me how to be a husband. Ephesians 5:25 says, "Husband, love your wives just as Christ loved the church and gave everything up for her." And I can honestly say, you guys have probably heard that verse before, but my father is the most self-sacrificing person I've ever met in my life. Him and my mom have been married for, I don't know how long, to be honest, but this is a picture of my mom and my dad from a couple years ago. But my father absolutely loves my mom. My mom is my dad's queen. It's still great to see, when you were growing up, to see your mom and dad kissing and holding hands was disgusting. But now it's great to see, because I can tell that my father is just as in love with my mom as he was the day that he married her. And he has shown me how to be a true husband, and how to treat my future wife, and how to sacrifice myself for my future wife. And thirdly, my dad is my best friend and mentor, because spiritually what he has taught me. My father is a businessman, but he has not neglected the commands of Jesus that every Christian should be a minister. My father, every Tuesday night, he runs an addiction ministry where he ministers to drug and alcoholic addicts. And even last night, I called last night, and they had a woman over here that him and my mom were trying to minister to. My mom and dad are always ministering to people. Tonight, on Thursdays, every single Thursday night, my dad goes down to Charlotte Rescue Mission and preaches to the homeless guys and the drug addicts and alcoholics there that are going through the program, trying to get clean. My father is a minister, and somebody going into the ministry, he has taught me more than any preacher is ever going to teach me. My dad's favorite Bible verse is 2 Timothy 2:24-26, and it says, "And the servant of the Lord must not strive, but be gentle unto all men, apt to teach, patient, and meekness, instructing those that oppose themselves, if God pre-adventure will give them repentance to acknowledge of the truth, and they may recover themselves out of the snare of the devil, who are taken captive by his will. My Father is those verses. As verse 24 says, is gentle unto all men, apt to teach, and patient. My Father's the most gentle, loving, patient person I've ever met in my life. And he loves teaching people, and he loves seeing people come to Christ and grow in their relationship with Christ. I can talk to my Father about spiritually what God's doing in my life, and we can rejoice together. And that's something I don't get from anybody else, that he gets excited about what God's doing in my life, and he encourages me, and he prays for me, earnestly prays for me, and encourages me. So my Father has taught me, even though he's not a pastor, how to be a pastor and a minister, and how to love on people. Like I said, I'm lucky enough to say that my dad's my best friend, and I don't take that for granted. And I pray that I grow up to be half the man that my father is, and that I can live up to that example that he set for me. He's my hero, he's my best friend, and I love him with all my heart. And thank you for letting me share about my hero, my best friend, my dad.